Hi, it's Heather with Mommypotamus.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make water kefir, which is a probiotic-rich drink that, if you look at the instructions online, can look really complicated to make, but actually when you see it done, you can tell that it's really, really easy. I'm going to walk you through the steps for both just a simple water kefir, which is one ferment, and then also a version that does a second ferment, which is where you get the carbonated, bubbly goodness that most people associate with sodas, but can also just be done naturally. So let's get started. You're going to need 2 to 3 tablespoons of water kefir grains, and they should be hydrated either in some previously brewed water kefir, or if you're just ordering for the first time, instructions for hydrating them will come with your package. You're also going to need 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm using Rapadura because it's rich in minerals. You can also use white sugar, organic white sugar, but you'll need to add some minerals in to keep the grains healthy. So that can be blackstrap molasses or dried figs, something like that. And then you're going to need 3 cups of water. I divide mine because you need to warm up some of the water to dissolve the sugar. So I have 2/3 cup in this pan here, and then the remainder for the 3 cups here in this jar. And then you're gonna need some equipment. You'll need a fine mesh strainer and a measuring spoon. And because water kefir grains don't do well with metal, you're gonna wanna use plastic, which is, like, I know, totally crazy for us crunchy people. But yeah, you're gonna wanna use plastic. And then you're gonna need some kind of cloth to put over the top and a rubber band. So your first step is going to be to take the hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling, more just like hot tea strength, and add it to your sugar. And then you're going to want to stir until it's dissolved. Now, the reason we do this is that water kefir grains obviously will die if you put them in very hot water, but what I like to do just to make it go faster is stir it up till dissolved, and then I add in cold or cool to room temperature water, and kind of just depending on what I have available, to help it cool down faster. So as soon as it reaches room temperature, it's safe to add your grains. For me, that's actually just means immediately, because I added cool water and it's already room temperature. So the next step you're going to do is you're going to strain out the liquid from your kefir grains and add in 2 to 3 tablespoons. Whoops, got a little escapee over there. And then you're just going to cover it with a cloth and a rubber band. And you have already pretty much done just about everything you're going to need to do to make kefir. You're gonna let this sit for 1 to 3 days, and then when you're done, you will have something that looks like this. I don't know if you can tell, let's get a better hold here, but they're slightly different in color. This one was just made, and then this one's been fermenting for a couple of days, and it's lighter in color because the bacteria have eaten up a lot of the sugar. So when it gets to this point, I'm gonna just pour this old kefir in this glass. All you need to do is go ahead and strain one more time. Gonna need to pour this off a little bit. And this is ready to drink. You can go ahead and put this in the fridge, or you can drink it right away, or you can go ahead and ferment it for a second time to get that bubbly carbonated fizz that we were talking about earlier. So that's what I'm gonna show you how to do now. Now, the basic premise behind the second ferment is simply that you put it in a swing top bottle and secure the lid and give some time for the carbonation to build up. But one thing that I have found is that a lot of times when the kefir is fermented for 1 to 3 days, it can be almost out of sugar, like it's almost running on fumes. And it can get sour then and not so pleasant. So I typically add just a little bit more sugar water so it's got a little bit more food to keep going. usually about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar dissolved in some water. So I'm gonna add some in here. And then all you have to do is pour it in a swing top bottle. And you're gonna wanna leave some room at the top because though it's never happened to me, I have heard that they can build enough pressure for the top to pop off. And a few people have reported having some funny strawberry kefir stained prints on their ceiling, which I imagine isn't all that fun. So, or maybe really fun if you like to tell stories. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fill it to about the neck, and then I'm going to secure it and let it sit for 1 to 2 days. You can do up to 3, but I usually do 1 to 2, or at least check it at 2, make sure it's not getting too carbonated. And you're gonna add in the rest to a second bottle. And in just a moment, I am going to show you what you should have at the end of this process. Only I planned to do this video a couple days ago, and so this has been sitting unopened for a little while, and I really have no idea whether or not it's going to explode in my face. We might be doing like a whole New Year's type celebration looking thing here in just a minute. We shall find out. No laughing at me if I end up covered in kefir, okay? All right, so this is a batch that I brewed up a while ago, and we're gonna go ahead and sample it now. Oh yeah, okay, holding it down, but not successful, woo! Okay, so if you needed some convincing that it can get really bubbly and delicious, there you go. I'm wearing some of it, but it really is good, and I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If for no other reason, then you just got to see me sprayed in water kefir. So, and thank you for joining me. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you'll leave a comment with suggestions for more tutorials that you'd like to see on Mommypotamus.